Peggy 12.
Suddenly, we were being treated like a regular unit. We've been ordered to pack everything up and move the base further inland. We even got a transport plane. The funny thing is, no one here remembers I've got a bum leg and, oh, that I'm not a soldier. Take a look at the map. There's an island on the other side of Usea our Marines landed on. The space elevator's not too far from there. They tell us the airfield's being used as a base to support the elevator. Not sure if I trust that intel. Anyway, the transport plane's gonna drop us there, without any fighters to cover us. Some genius thought we could commandeer the enemy's jets they left in the hangars, and use those to fight. Y'all aren't real soldiers, they said. Any other day we'd be using you lowlifes to go out and dig up landmines. And prisoners don't get guns. You'll just have to make do with whatever we give you and like it. A phone. They don't let us prisoners near them. But with all the hustle and bustle of moving the base, they forgot to lock this one up. Looks like an antique. I lost my right for a phone call ever since I was arrested and locked up. It's trippy to think that I can just hook it up, dial a number, and talk to someone from my own country. Planning escapes ain't all I'm good at. I'm plenty good at remembering phone numbers, too. A little while later, I headed over to HQ. You must know.
We did get a call direct from command. That pipe, what exactly are you doing with it?
My grandfather had a lot of friends in the Air Force from his time as a lieutenant. My point? Well, you're going to set out in your own special aircraft. Then you'll send everybody else off in the wrong direction while you head somewhere else.
All right, fine. But just you and you alone. You're the only one allowed on board. Besides, there's only one seat left.
I said cool. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Attention, I've received a communication from the General Staff Office. It seems your ability to carry out missions has gotten the attention of the higher-ups. All of you have been pardoned. The Ocean Air Force Base 444 Squadron is now officially legit. In celebration, you are to join the operation to take back the base on Tyler Island in southwestern Usea. The battle is underway, and the airport to the south has been reclaimed. However, fighting with the remaining forces in the north is still active. You will all be stationed at the airport. The battle is not letting up. We expect extensive losses to all involved. Still, the fact that we've gained new ground is a blessing. My time as CO of the penal base is over. All command personnel, including myself, are being moved to a base in far eastern Usea. However, we will be stopping to refuel in Bulgurdarest. It's in Erusea territory, with close ties to Osea. Even if we detour, we will still have to fly through Erusea airspace in the end. And that is where we will need you ex-cons to come in. I've selected a number of you with mission experience to provide support. That's all. Dismissed. Hey, Trigger, wait right there. Though I'm not entirely happy with the arrangement, you're going to provide support. The drones might attack again. If they do, protect my aircraft with your life. If the General Staff Office hadn't stepped in and requested you, your ass would have been sent to Tyler Island. You were covered in Harling's blood, yet you still are messing around behind the scenes. You breathe in a way I don't like, and I'll shoot you out of the damn sky.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. The runway is clear. You are cleared for takeoff. The base commander's transport craft has taken off. It's flying alongside Spare 2. Well, Trigger, this is where we part ways. I hope we meet again in different squadrons. Spare 15, takeoff confirmed. Spare 15, altitude restriction lifted.
So the liaison plane left without me. Yeah, I know. I'm heading into hell. Whatever. If the Khan's here and the dumbass prison guards are going, why shouldn't I? I'm no angel. I mean, my old man died playing hero, and all I do is hate him for it. It ain't gonna be a picnic, that's for sure. Adios, you damn fool.
The order is simple. Kill anyone trying to kill the commander, even if they're one of us.
Like how you killed Full Band?
It was an accident, so shut up.
Give me that. I'll do the talking. This is Base Commander McKenzie. I want you idiots to understand the gravity of this operation. My orders take priority. That's it.
Sure wish our cargo would shut up. The enemy's using anti-air weapons. Don't freak out. Keep your shit together.
Be on the lookout for camouflage SAM sites. Seek and destroy.
Use those flares now! Missiles are coming!
Find those targets.
Righto.
SAM site confirmed down. Stay alert. Bandits closing in. Determined hostile. Intercept.
The General Staff Office seems to have the impression you didn't kill Harling, Trigger. The coordinate destination will open your case. Successfully carry out this mission, and it'll give a good impression.
Roper 1 has taken some damage, but can still fly.
Damaged? Take out the goddamn missile and there'd be no damage.
SAM site detected. Eliminate all threats.
This is Skull 3. Enemy transport and support spotted and confirmed. Sending backup. Prepare to engage.
SAM site's located.
Aim for the large transport.
Missile.
40 kilometers remain.
Missile. Missile.
Escorts that go down do so in honorable service. Worthy of my praise.
The next missile will down your craft, so watch your tail.
Bandog, it's up to you to make sure the support stays in the air.
Enemy destroyed. Continue with escort.
Flying as an escort makes me feel like I'm all tied down.
Oh, I see the city. Once we're over the border, we're safe. Hurry up!
Bandits inbound. Don't get distracted. Just a little further.
Engage! The enemy spotted us first!
Situation report. Something's happening. The situation is prickly here. Don't let your men do anything stupid. Do not fire. They'll use any aggressive action as an excuse to invade.
Missile.
Hands off while they're in Erusea airspace.
Missile.
Osea is our brother nation. We should help them. Attention Erusea aircraft. You are approaching Bulgarian airspace. Change your heading.
Spare 2, Spare 15. Bandits closing in on Roper 1. Intercept and engage.
Bandog, I see enemy aircraft. They're right on us. Call our escorts back. Count looks promising. He's got a good combat record. Flares! Release all the flares!
Roper 1 has been hit. Are you guys doing this on purpose?
The craft's shaking.
Commander, you won't go down. Not for a while yet.
Send the combat engineers to prepare for a crossing into Bucharest.
Look below. Is that a wall? They built a wall along the border. You're nuts. They're imposing their independence on everyone, like it or not.
Warning, you are Russian aircraft. You are violating Bucharest airspace. Leave immediately.
Stall warning.
Arriving shortly at destination. Trigger, it's a breath of fresh air having you out here. Oh, you hear that, Trigger? In our squadron, even the good pilots were criminals. You don't stink like them, Trigger.
Looks like not all guard dogs have a good sense of smell. Trigger's got the worst criminal record out of all of us.
Count, you were convicted of fraud. You sure as hell don't live up to your name.
Save your servants for someone who cares, creature.
You wouldn't understand, Count. Not until you take a good look in the mirror. Another Sam. Clean it up. Arrived at destination. Roper 1, report your situation.
Missile.
If everything's fine, prepare to land.
Oh, would you look at that? Support has kept me alive. This is significant for all of our forces. I've left my
Sam site spotted. Eliminate it.
as a usable military force.
All aircraft caution. Bogies.
Front ain't over yet.
Unidentified aircraft. They're fast. Real fast.
What?
It closed in fast.
Unknown considered hostile. Respond to the situation. Protect Roper 1.
Spare 15, engage. Take down the bandits. Spare 2, support Roper 1 and escort the craft to safety.
We'll go. I was just about to ask if I could do that myself. Trigger, keep that guy away from here.
What is that thing? Keep it away from this aircraft.
Stall warning.
What the hell does he want? He's got his ACM down, but something's off.
Spare 2, stay alert. When you get there, the responsibility is on you.
Negative.
Bandit hit. Still active. The bandit evaded a missile. How'd they manage that?
Trigger's movements are insane. Damn, buddy.
How's the fuel looking on this thing? Spare 2, don't you dare go flying off. I'll have your wings.
Bandit hit. Time to finally finish him off.
Unidentified aircraft. You are in our
ignoring warnings. Who does he think he is? Bandit lost, confirmed down. Clear skies all round. Spare 15. You did well. Wait, what now? 4 friendlies approaching. Allied fighters. This is the Air Force Base 444 Squadron. What is your affiliation?
That a guard dog out here barking? This is your old friend, Cyclops 1.
Cyclops Squadron? What are you doing here?
I was tracking an enemy prototype. I wouldn't be surprised if that dumbass from your side was the one who downed it.
This is Base Commander McKinsey. I apologize on behalf of that asshole. He really screwed up. He didn't listen to my order to stand down. I'm certain he'll be punished for taking down the unidentified aircraft.
Give me a break.
Commander, if you would kindly accompany me to my base, we'll answer any questions you have there.
Actually, I'm grateful. Support was unreliable.
Respectfully, sir, I believe they got promise.
Ordinarily, you'd get a warm welcome to our base, but the situation is complicated. That drone is the enemy's latest experimental craft. We wanted to collect data on its capabilities, but that's gone out the window now, hasn't it? To be honest, I didn't think it could be brought down by anything. Oh yeah, your commander has been transferred to a different post. He's probably headed to the front lines where things are hottest. Well, he did stress his achievements. We need every edge we have. We're currently seeing where we can use you best. Stand by for further orders. Trigger, Count. We've received official confirmation about what we're supposed to do with you. The company commander has made it clear he'd like you both to officially join our squadron. This is an unprecedented move. Seems like you've got some people looking out for you. Still, I think it's because of how you've conducted yourselves. I believe you'll be an asset to us. Okay, it's time for your briefing. For a long time, our counteroffensive has been overpowered by the Erusea drone's auto-intercept system. If a craft enters their airspace and doesn't respond to their IFF, drones automatically take off and move to intercept their target. However, we've discovered that the intercept system has a blind spot. We've acquired this valuable information by sending our other squadrons on dangerous missions to scout the whole area and initiate combat. Of all the pilots assigned to us, only 2 managed to survive the mission. If we don't act now, before the enemy can fill in the blind spot, those pilots will have sacrificed themselves for nothing. So, we've been ordered to carry out a long-range strategic strike. Operating separately from the main forces as the Long-Range Strategic Strike Group, we've been developing a strategy in secret. Cyclops Squadron and Strider Squadron will sortie deep into the Erusea territory and will be carrying out specialized long-range attack strategies. You will carve your way through the territory from the north to the capital of Farbanti, attacking important targets along the way. The first operation will involve striking the enemy's main naval force, the Njord Fleet, which is gathered in northern Usea. We've known for some time that there's a large supply base utilized by the enemy fleet in the waters around Snyder's Top. At present, the enemy fleet is concentrated there. Naturally, they intend to attack eastern Usea, where the Osean forces are stationed. If we can surprise the enemy with a long-range attack, we could potentially do devastating damage to them. Still, it's highly likely that their advanced fleet are prepared and have started to move, so combat with the enemy fleet is probably unavoidable. We've verified the existence of a large supply base in the sea, as well as a medium-sized one in a valley by an estuary. It's a wide operation area, and there are a number of places you can expect large-scale combat, so we've set up a return line for replenishing supplies. Use it proactively. Anytime you feel the need to stock up on ammo or make repairs to your craft, it's there. While aircraft and ammo can be replaced, the lives of our pilots cannot. We don't want any casualties out there. Remember that. The counterattack has begun. Brace yourselves.
Trigger, the call sign is Strider 1. You will be leading Strider Squadron. Count, you'll be Cyclops 2. You'll be under Cyclops 1.
Sorry, but I'm gonna eat while I work. My judgment goes fuzzy when I'm too hungry.
How can you talk about food? Trigger, how come you're number 1 and I'm stuck as number 2? Oh well, I guess I can let it slide for now.
And we're just supposed to follow you? I heard you're spectacular, Captain. At least with your last squadron. I don't want you slowing us down out there.
Strider 1, head back to the return line if you need repairs or fuel. Aircrafts need to eat too in order to be effective.
Resupplying. We need time.
We're near the valley platform.
Damn it! They caught us getting ready to deploy. Hurry it up!
Strider 3, engaging. Cyclops 3, engaging.
Cyclops 4 engaging.
Special delivery. We're supposed to smash up that whole thing?
That'd be a tall order. Just destroy the boats, aircraft, and AA weaponry.
No, let's do what the chick said.
Whoa. Roger.
Missile.
Fox 2. Bullseye. Target has been destroyed.
Impressive.
Mass damper destroyed. Seal it off.
I went for the structural reinforcements. They're small, but not impossible to hit.
I've sent the data. Make like Wiseman and serve up a sandwich.
Righto. Copy. Roger.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Loss of the platform was not anticipated. Without this base, we'll have to rethink our whole strategy.
Hostile has a lock.
Missile hit.
Stop any more damage to the base. Overwhelm them with our superior numbers.
Cyclops 2, stop fluttering about and stay glued to my ass.
Stop treating me like a newborn chick. I've shot down my fair share of enemies.
Pursuing enemy.
Chirp, 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 little chick. Just stick with your mother head. We'll get back to the roost safely. Half the enemy's fleet is destroyed. Just keep hitting them, so there'll be less anti-aircraft fire to worry about.
This one's mine.
Contact bandit. Attacking. On my target. Letting her rip. They have a lock on me. Pursuing enemy.
Target locked.
Platform perks confirmed. You just put the meat in between those buns and that burger is well done.
Were we serving the sandwich?
I'm happy to eat both.
Whatever you say, man. Keep your eyes peeled, Trigger. You never know when that experimental squadron might show up.
Jaeger, he knows that better than anyone. He's one of the few with the skills to face Mr. X and to tell.
Fox 2.
That ain't funny.
They picked a hell of a spot to build the place. But again, what else do you expect?
Why not just bomb the whole damn valley from high altitude? That's what I would do.
Nice shot. Joint section destroyed.
Enemy has a
The platform has lost most of its anti-air capabilities. Time to stick a fork in it.
All right.
Enemy on water. We need to evacuate.
It can get a little sketchy in there. Avoid friendly fires.
Target down.
Destruction of marine platform confirmed. Good job.
Yes, it's confirmed that it's been destroyed. We could have predicted the target the support section.
Well done. That takes care of both of the platforms. Best of all, we've taken 0 losses. Stay alive, people. Which is why I've taken the liberty of ordering dinner for you guys from a nice Italian bistro near the base.
Got some people calling that special squadron. Yes, of course I told them that.
One of the new recruits talks a lot. Swears a lot, too.
That girl
not just the swearing either. She's got quick fists, too.
I thought you'd say that.
Bandit has a lock on me. Enemy has a lock on me.
You're out of missiles.
Lock on. Good night. Dodge that missile.
Attention all aircraft. Operation complete. The enemy won't recover from this one. You did great out there. I think tonight's the night we finally open that bottle.
I think I understand the new boss's style.
Our other newcomer is a unique character.
The old squad was bad, and I guess it's no different here. I could really perform, if only I had some partners I could trust.
No need to worry. I got your back. Relax and do your thing.
Give me a break.
The mission was a success. You did more to hobble the enemy's sea power than we first expected. Outstanding work. This should free up our allies who have been bogged down on the East Coast. In addition, this success allows us to finally move on and initiate the operation to shoot down the Arsenal bird. We have a long road ahead of us. Get some rest while you can. Our counteroffensive has changed the course of the war. However, the western part of the continent and the area around the space elevator still remain under Erusian control. As you all know, this is because they have those damn Arsenal birds controlling the skies around the Lighthouse. So, we're going to use Stonehenge for a long-range attack against the Arsenal bird. In addition to helping to destroy the asteroid, Stonehenge was also utilized by the Erusian forces as a weapon in the Continental War. However, the majority of the artillery is out of action after an air raid by the independent state Allied forces. When that happened, the main base was being repaired from the damage caused by the asteroid, so it managed to escape the bombardment. The Osean army continued the repairs in secret and managed to reactivate its base systems. Once preparations are complete, it will be able to fire again. However, the officer in charge has yet to confirm whether it can be fired more than once. In other words, it is looking like we may have only one chance to be able to bring down one of those invulnerable Arsenal birds. We're going all in on this one plan. The Erusian forces have detected our movements and are marching on Stonehenge. The Arsenal bird is closing in, but if our operation goes as planned, we should be able to shoot it down before it reaches the operation area. We've set up strongpoints we call menhirs around Stonehenge. Provide them with air support, while keeping air superiority. Our mission is to protect Stonehenge until it can shoot down that monster bird. If we can shoot down even just one Arsenal bird, it will significantly reduce the scale of the enemy's air defense network. Stonehenge is our only way of bringing down an Arsenal bird. Missing is a luxury we cannot afford.
Attention, all defensive and air support teams. In order to get up and running, what I need most from you is time. As long as you can provide me that, my program will bring down the Arsenal bird.
That was Major Deanna McConey. I'm Warrant Officer Lehman, a specialist. We're now commencing the operation to destroy the Arsenal bird.
It's gonna be a long fight. Don't waste any ammo.
So that's Stonehenge, huh? It's bigger than I imagined. Uglier, too.
Look at that mess of cables. They're using generator trucks to run it.
Are you sure that thing's even gonna fire? Seriously, I mean, how old is it?
If it doesn't, then our luggage run dry. I'd get praying if I were you.
Well, if it works, it'll bring down even an Arsenal. Big if. And it'd have to hit.
Messenger 6, enemy tanks to the head. Located an enemy tank. Lancaster, Squadron, requesting close air support.
Been here 6. Request for air support confirmed. Help is on the way.
Listen up. Our job is to defend here. That's all, you got it? This should be easy. Go on your paycheck.
I'm headed up here with those damn enemy aircraft. The main comm! Let's destroy Stonehenge!
Excellent. They've halted. Pin them down!
I'm damaged, but still flight capable.
Bandit has a lock on me.
Men here 6. The enemy ground forces have been eliminated. Much obliged for the air support. Alright guys, this time you get a whole 45 seconds. Grab some chow or something.
Powering main system. Cold boot. Skipping sequences 47 to 97.
Activating. We just need one shot.
This is Men here 7. We've linked up with ground and air support and are ready to drive the enemy back.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Bombers, bearing 190. Stonehenge won't survive a bomb run. You have to stop them.
We've only got 60% green. We got 30% yellow, 10% is red.
Well, it has been sitting here rusting away for the past 20 years. I'd say a few blips are to be expected. Hurry and verify the reds and yellows.
Allied aircraft, don't worry about us. Take out those bombers.
This is Glitter. Target acquired. It's likely leaving Thursday. They're pounding us.
This is Men here 7. We are getting overrun. We need reinforcements.
Men here 7 is hot. Let's go give him some help.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
We're really counting on that air support.
Target shot down. Hostile bomber destroyed. Nice work. Keep Stonehenge safe for us.
Power level is at 40%. 42%. Come on, damn it!
Come on, baby. Be good. We need you.
Kick it into overdrive. Your only focus should be Stonehenge. Break off and take your strength to Stonehenge. We're sitting ducks if we stay together. Roger.
Go into the fleet.
More bombers. They're high. Altitude 8,000. Bearing 150.
The enemy's going all out, too.
This is Men here 7. Enemy reinforcements. They're attacking in waves.
Stonehenge personnel, focus on your job. Don't stare out the windows. Railgun power supply is... Damn it. Numbers aren't going up.
Bypassing the auxiliary condenser.
Come on, damn it!
In the clouds.
On target. Prepare for bombing run.
Take out all bombers.
Oh, baby, we're saved! Whoever is flying the plane with 3 lines, I'm buying you a beer later.
Men here 5 is lost. Don't let the enemy near Stonehenge.
Sure didn't expect today to be this bad.
Helo assault unit is down. If they had infiltrated Stonehenge, it would have been all over. Good work. Cyclops Squadron has eliminated the rocket unit. Keep it up.
You've given my program a lot of the time it needs. Stonehenge will be ready to fire shortly.
Stand by. I'm picking up something on my radar. The signal is massive. It's the Arsenal bird.
I have visual. Arsenal bird confirmed. Here they come.
A swarm of UAVs is launching from the Arsenal bird. Keep them away from Stonehenge.
Closer the target, fewer the variables. How long till we can fire?
Firing in 60!
Hear that? Keep us safe till then.
Fire control system inspection complete. Radar error correction is good to go.
Look over in the survey vehicle. Releasing 60!
projectile is loaded.
Power level is at 100%.
15 seconds!
Frame control?
All green!
Initiate final countdown.
Understood. Commencing final countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2... Stop the countdown! We've lost the target.
I'm starting to shut down.
Gone? The stupid thing is flying in the open!
The survey data isn't updating. No response from our spotter.
Survey vehicle down.
Those vehicles were Stonehenge's eyes. Without those, I'm sorry.
Don't give up yet, Major. We still have sensors. Alright. The oldest sensors in the book. What are you scheming?
They're too unreliable.
Not bad.
That's something.
Impossible. We got it circuit. We can't do any more. Half the battery containers are carry out our mission.
Come on, damn it! Attention, all personnel! We have a change in the mission. We will now be using direct fire to shoot down the Arsenal bird. Listen, attack the central propellers. If you can destroy them, the Arsenal bird will slow down.
Strider 1, Cyclops 1, air up and attack that propeller. Everyone else, defend Stonehenge from the UAVs.
Wilco. Jaeger, you take the lead.
It's readying its APS.
I'm going. The propellers are too much for Trigger alone.
Oh, you damn glory hound. Do your friggin' job!
Count, we need someone who can take down those UAVs. It's up to you.
Trigger, do not foobar this.
Unbelievable. Stonehenge came with honest-to-goodness range tables? I wasn't that
That's
curious.
on the Arsenal Bird Central.
They knew what they were doing.
This whole operation is crazy. Well, only a total madman could bring down the Arsenal bird. Cooling system active.
Give us the UTM coordinates under the Arsenal bird, and we'll calculate the range. And I need you to be exact. Cyclops 3 missile incoming. Look out!
I've been hit. Half objective. You're in the chest. Send a request for rescue. Conditions look correct. Expect some injuries.
60 seconds remain.
Give me a second. It's been a while since I've used something this archaic. Does the angle on this table account for wind and Coriolis force?
We can see the ocean flag from here. Not much wind. The rest is just instinct.
The central propeller has been disabled. He's gasping for air now. She's losing lift. 30 seconds remain. Don't give up. Cyclops 4 has been hit. Are you alright?
I'm fine. We can't lose any more allies.
Knock that off. Push yourself too hard and you did. Get back to base.
We'll go over.
We're almost out of time. Alright, that takes care of the propellers. Arsenal bird is slowing down.
I knew my faith was well placed, Trigger.
Power level is at 100%.
We've done our part. Stonehenge, shoot!
Understood. Begin final countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Adjusting angle.
3, 2, 1. Fire! Hit, damn it!
Got it!
Yeah! No, yeah! Hot damn!
Is it really over now?
Reporting mission success. Lehman, this victory belongs to you. That was a good lesson on the importance of manual control.
Today's MVPs are the LRSSG.
I'll say, especially those two lead birds. They're the Ocean big shots. We can win if we follow them. The Ocean big shots?
You mean the Ocean Big Shot?
Looks like we're on the offensive now. The enemy's defensive range dropped along with that Arsenal bird.
That just means more pie for us.
Are we gonna eat the whole thing?
The brass is always hungry for more. They've got a bottomless appetite. But enough about that. Get some rest now before the counterattack.
Yeah, we got our hands dirty for nothing. The guys were babbling about a three-line marking. We'll get to that for me.
The mission succeeded, but at a great cost. This victory marks a strategic turning point. The enemy has only one Arsenal bird left, and the defensive grid around the space elevator has been decimated. We can expect a counteroffensive by Osean forces everywhere.
I was born downtown, in our capital. When I recall my homeland, my thoughts are filled with the sights and sounds of the city. But home means something different to each and every one of us. Therefore, I've decided to visit every place where our citizens call home. The Kingdom of Erusea is a land of diversity. Each region has its own unique and special culture.
The destruction of one of their Arsenal birds has significantly reduced the scale of Erusea's air defense network. Osean forces have moved into the areas where we gained air superiority and freed over half of the Eusian continent. However, Erusea is feeling the pressure and is reacting by attempting to activate the ballistic missile base in the suburbs of Sierra Plata. For the past 72 hours, they've put the resources and people into action and have already entered the final stages of a launch. The missile silo is deep underground. To destroy it, we'll need a bomber to drop a huge deep penetration bomb in a precise place. Unfortunately, that airspace is thick with clouds at the moment, so it'll be difficult for a bomber to hit the target accurately. Normally, we'd wait for the weather to clear, but with the situation being what it is, we don't have that option. So, we will be the bomber's eyes and find the missile silo. You'll all be equipped with targeting pods instead of special weapons. We need you to fly at low altitude, visually identify which silo they're activating, then acquire it with your targeting pod. Once you press the firing switch, the bombers will drop their payload based on the location data provided by the targeting pod. You will need to keep the silo in the center of your sight until the bomb hits its target, or else it will miss entirely. It takes a high level of airmanship to properly guide these bombs to their targets while flying the plane. Naturally, we assume the enemy has positioned anti-air artillery and aircraft in the area of operations, so stay alert. Additionally, we suffered human and material losses in the last battle, so Cyclops Squadron will sit this one out. Trigger, it's up to you to make this work with just Strider Squadron.
Erusea only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent.
Did you say fake?
They're painted to look like the real thing from the sky. Can't tell the difference.
It's the wing of that LRSSG that brought down that Arsenal bird. We've got the bombs. You do the terminal guidance.
In order to use the targeting pods, you'll need to change weapons first. Try to align the missile silo with a circle in the center of your HUD. When you're lined up, hit the firing switch and the bomb will drop. You're gonna need to keep the silo aligned until the bomb hits. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations.
We need to work together to take them down.
Keep the targeting pod trained on that silo until the payload is delivered.
The bunker buster hit its mark. Time for fireworks.
Destruction of first missile silo confirmed.
The IRBM is aimed at the Osean garrison. Soldiers' lives are at stake. We have no time.
They've completely lost it. You can bet on it.
Let's end this madness.
Dropping another bunker buster will take some time. Aim carefully.
Look! There's fire shooting up from the ground.
Missile silo destroyed. That makes 2. No launch signs yet.
might be able to pull this off. Let's keep it up and get the rest of these silos.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in. They don't appear to be going after our bomber. Take them out if they interfere with our mission.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now. All right. Now let's take out those remaining silos.
Missile silo destroyed.
Where do we look next? The sky feels open and free today. As a Cyclops, I felt like a bird in a cage. Once this mission's over, I guess we'll be back under the company commander's thumb again. What a pain in the ass.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now. That was a mistake. No structures visible.
This is a serious mission. Was it Wiseman who gave Strider 2 to town? A formation changes every mission. I'm sure he has a reason for it. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm just glad he won't be there to shoot my ear off. Strider 4, evade! You're mine! Hostile has a lock!
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
Where's the explosion? Looks like this wasn't one of those silos. We're behind them. Don't let them get in the way. They got a lock on you, Strider 1.
Bunker busted away.
Missile closing. Break! Boom. Right on the money.
Hit. Target destroyed.
The fewer there are, the harder they are to find. Good luck.
We might make it. Just one silo left.
I'm like a wolf that's been let off its leash. These guys won't know what hit them. I thought you were a bird freed from its cage.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
All missile silos have been destroyed.
Wait, what the hell is that?
Alert! We've detected an IRBM launch. Confirmed signature on our radar. Launch site is this dam.
Not from the silos?
They certainly hit it well. We still have a chance. Shoot it down before it reaches critical altitude. Hostile lock on you, Strider 1.
Bandit invaded attack. Trying again.
The target will soon reach critical altitude.
Hostile has a lock!
Confirmed signature on our radar.
I've got a ship down here.
Warning, we confirm another launch. Take it out.
Launch 2!
Break! Enemy missile detected!
The target will soon reach critical altitude. All of the missiles have been destroyed.
I was cutting it pretty close. I was starting to get a little nervous.
You're telling me you had us sweating up here, and there wasn't even anything we could do about it. Glad we were partnered with you on this operation.
That went about as expected. Be sure to include in the report how much ass I kicked while off the company commander's leash. Roger that, and I'll be sure to include all the crap you said about Wiseman, too.
We have successfully prevented an enemy ballistic missile attack. Strider Squadron, you did very well without your unit commander. We are now preparing for the final stage of our long-range operation, seizing the capital. With the loss of an Arsenal bird, followed by the destruction of their ballistic missile base, Erusea is running out of ways to counter. This is a great opportunity for the Osean army to bolster our power to eventually take down the Erusian capital of Farbanti. The special long-range strategy is entering its final phase. Our objective is to attack and capture the Erusian Air Force Base in Cape Rainy in northern Erusea. This important base is at the forefront of our strategy to establish control of Farbanti. Under the cover of night, our plan is that all squadrons will invade from the valley to the south and mount an air assault on the area. The enemy's observation field has eyes on the skies above the valley, so your altitude will need to be restricted. If you go over a certain altitude, the enemy could spot you, ending the mission in failure. Keep that in mind. Once you arrive, you are to take out the enemy's air defense forces as soon as possible and prepare for the support squadrons. When the air defense forces are neutralized, the helicopter squadron should arrive carrying Marines. The plan is to take control of the base. Getting through the valley is only half the job.
Strider 1, you have passed through Waypoint 1. No weapons until you reach the enemy base. All aircraft, reduce altitude. We have altitude restrictions from here on out. Keep altitude below 600 meters. Good. Maintain your current course.
Searchlight up ahead. Watch for it.
Stay out of their sight.
Strider, Assless 1. Our current ETA matches yours. Catch them off guard. Can we secure the LZ quickly?
We'll get you down safe. Not worried you're short on men.
Everyone here's already signed their wills.
That ain't funny.
Never was good at jokes. Okay, fall human. Luck.
Understood. Strider 1, you've passed through Waypoint 2. The valley's about to get narrower. Be careful. Strider 1, your altitude is a little high. Keep an eye on your altimeter.
Watch your speed. When can we take on the final mission? I'm starting to get tired of all this.
This is the last step, Count. We'll take the enemy base and use it as a bridgehead.
Watch yourselves out there. We're going to need all of you in Farbanti. Without Wiseman here, everybody wants to give orders like they're the company commander himself. The best thing about Strider Squadron is that our leader keeps his mouth shut.
You've passed Waypoint 3. You're coming up on the base, imposing radio silence. We won't be able to talk again until you're over the base. Continue to keep an eye on your altitude. There are plenty of dark spots that can sneak up on you. You just passed through Waypoint 4. Radio silence has been lifted. You're almost at the base.
Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination.
Commence the attack. It's time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up. Finish them off.
All right, let's give them a beating. That's what I'd like to see.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Enemies are attacking! Where the hell did they come from?
Who's on it?
Fire up the searchlights! I can't see where the enemies are coming from!
It looks like the enemy's air defenses are online. I guess they finally decided to wake up. Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better.
This is Assless 1. Arrived at the window. Landing down.
Roger that. If the enemy is still present in large numbers when our ground forces arrive, the mission will be a failure. Go help our allies.
Be quick. Gotta move on time or the beats is free.
Your jokes haven't gotten any better.
We've lost 30% of our AA guns. Don't fire blindly. That'll reveal our position. Forecaster, hostiles are still near the LZ. Can't make our approach.
Multiple helicopters spotted. Do you have a visual Z.
That's the last of our anti-air guns. They've all been taken out.
Okay, that takes care of all the SAM sites.
Enemy is spotted.
Target acquired. Strider 1, target destroyed.
Enemy missile strike. Basilisk 1, landing down. Enemy is externally. Trust your allies and keep moving. This base is ours for the taking. Wait the base, Commander! What are you waiting for?
Locked on. Go down.
Fox 2.
You've engaged the enemy reinforcements. Requesting immediate close air support.
Copy that. We'll send some your way.
Pizza guy's in trouble. Let's help him out.
It's alright. Those two Osea's big shots will take care of them for us.
Target eliminated. Great work.
Okay, got a time to click out the enemies on the front line. The way ahead is cleared up. Have our thing.
Give me a damage report. We've suffered heavy losses. This is more than a surprise attack.
All enemy fighters down.
I feel their pain, I really do. But this is war.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in.
We've confirmed at least one leader. It's the one with the 3 scratches. Receiving rocket. Breaking. Lock 2. Enemy on your rear.
Emergency! The enemy reinforcements? They're stopping us! We can't do anything about their air power. We need support.
2 remaining.
Caution. Enemy has a lock.
Ambush. Stay calm. Reform the ranks. Broadcaster requesting close air support.
Strider Squadron, enemy reinforcements. Get some goddamn support there now.
The enemy numbers are small. Don't give in. Fight until the very end.
One last enemy fighter.
2-2. We're stuck. We won't be able to capture the base at this rate.
Keep your heads down. 3 strikes will take care of the enemy.
Locked on.
I don't know what these guys hope to accomplish, but happy to have it.
That's it. Take up those 2. We can force our way inside the facility.
Missile after me. Breaking.
That takes care of that. Nice work.
We did it. That's the last of them. We've achieved air superiority.
Target destroyed.
Target's destruction confirmed. That air support was right on the money.
Keep pushing the enemy on their heels.
Okay, start running on the count of 3.
Great. I get to finally send my boys in to ring the doorbell.
There's still quite a few enemies holed up in there. However, we can't afford to wait any longer. Begin the assault. If anyone resists, kill them. Contact! 2 o'clock! Go! Go! Fire!
Car, tear down that barricade.
How'd it go?
This is Basilisk 1. The base is ours. We have control of all major functions.
Glad the pizza was on time.
Roger that, Basilisk 1. Mission accomplished.
All prisoners of war will be treated in accordance with international law. We've even brought pizza.
Looks like they can shred those wills.
I'm already getting an earful from the men over the needless paperwork.
No joke.
Okay, go ahead and begin your approach. We'll do the flight control.
Roger that.
Strider 1, this is Basilisk. The runway is clear. You have permission to land. The party is on as soon as you get here. Reduce your speed. Lower your nose. You're too high. 1,500 meters to the runway. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Right on the money, Strider 1. Strider 1 has landed. Let's go and greet him.
Excellent work on the night raid. Submarines have arrived from the Ocean mainland and are refueling. This base will serve as a frontline platform for our mission to take Farbanti. We're almost at the end of this operation.
Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile. It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, he was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down.
Suspend mission.
The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring. But Mihai remained stoic. He wasn't the type of man who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it. I was confident the new suit would protect him thoroughly so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced up. It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
The operation to capture Erusea's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work. We need to capture the Erusean forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the southwest. We will secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle across land, sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft, a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that Erusea hacked. If we take down the information communication system that we believe they have control over, it should plunge Erusea into chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to end the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls, so you guys are the stars of this battle. Erusea will fight like a tiger, but we cannot lose. We must seize the capital and end this war.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. Really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all of you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece.
Strider 1, return line is to the north. Head that way if you need to race the ball. Good luck, everyone.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Cute. No, it's real funny.
Behind you, caution.
Target shot down.
There's a lot.
Target is in machine gun range.
Locked on. Lights out.
1 minute remaining. Strider 1, Fox 3.
Powerful AA defense system in the AO. Coordinate Tango 28, Lima 39. Okay, that's an AA. No, a shield. Protecting the defenses. Missed! See, we shot my missile down before it reached.
30 seconds remaining.
Strider 2, look out behind you.
You've got him on, Strider 1.
Breaking out of mark.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Strider 1, target destroyed. All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying.
Roger that.
Man, don't jinx us.
Ah, you're right. New bogies. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
Target locked. It's Mr. X.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. Snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at a different level, but don't underestimate the rest of them either. Mission proved to be fun. What do you mean? It's just like you say, the enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Strider 1, lock on target.
Locked on. Evading. I see them still not bad. As good as everyone says, although their teamwork is somewhat lacking.
This ship is sunk.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
I'm on my target's tail.
Cyclops 3, I'm hit. I gotta eject.
Take him out one by one. Cyclops 3 is bailed out safely. Don't worry, he's gonna make it. Don't get too far ahead. Listen, Trigger, real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not going home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X.
Light is launched.
Alright, he grabbed a bait. Time to take him for a ride.
I'm hit!
Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire. Waiting for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, stranger. My boys won't let you have it.
Target is hit.
Nice, flying. Give him one more.
Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it.
Oh, Cal, that's sweet. I never knew you cared.
Target was not struck.
You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
Enemy behind me.
Scratch the last escort.
We need to be extra careful if we want to split up the two leaders. Reject, while you can still talk. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Bad pilot.
Wiseman, missile closing!
I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops Wiseman.
Eject already, Wiseman!
I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded.
Wiseman, stay strong. We're not done here. Cyclops 2, you've got the lead. Wiseman! Shit! Negative, Cyclops 2, you're the lead. I can't do it. Trigger should take command. Duty is yours. That's impossible. Do it. Damn it. Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
We'll go count.
Can Trigger handle this solo?
Bandit 5 missile.
Caution, caution.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Fox 2.
Now I see why he's the king of the skies. Trigger's our only hope.
In gun range.
These guys are way out of my league. I can't even get in close to them.
Missile hit. Missile hit.
Damn.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. In fact, you're the only one who can.
Stall warning.
My radar suddenly turned off.
What is it? Respond.
My data won't update.
My HUD is
Damn
crashing
it.
out.
What was that?
I've lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Farbanti's now under Osean control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusean territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusean leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusea deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusea decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusea couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusea and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusea was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusea's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usea has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusea's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusean army.
With the capital under our control, Erusea's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean Army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusea will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusea's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusean army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
Will image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe? The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law, gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot for when the communication networks come back online. We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war. Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone. Vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Longcaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Here comes a traitor, Lamar. This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? Lamar's in that vehicle! Enemy on your tail.
It's set up in all the right places.
Strider 1, hostile has a lock. We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous in Grunder Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusea. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusean officers. They were referred to as radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. They actually went to war. The performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. Even
even manipulated the princess. The Belkin technology advanced UAV research within the Erusea Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong?
We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there. Caution, enemy has a lock.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! Fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
It's Erusea! Shoot it down!
Trigger, that one's Osea. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, they don't know where we're safe.
Fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Our capital's fall has led to an power struggle within the Erusea military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You had one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Fire from our own allies. Is this place on the rebellion too?
Goddamn Civil War. This is how it could have fallen into ruin after losing.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out! Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him. We're taking fire! Take care of them! That's enough. From here on out, all aircraft are prohibited from taking off.
Shoot down any aircraft that approach us! What are you thinking?
Osean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Longcaster.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off!
We have no choice! Fire!
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Osean forces. Some penal units turning on our allies.
Our movement is restricted by an unidentified unit near our location.
The main conflict concluded. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation. The Erusian government has defined these groups, along with those trying to independently make peace with Osea, as rebels.
Hostile tanks are keeping the armored formation at Anchor Bay from protecting the VIP. Can you clear them out for us?
No problem.
The General's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're under attack! Hurry up and do something!
Fire smokes 3 strikes of blood.
You heard the comm. There are no friendlies out there.
Strider 1, locked on target. Strider 1, AA gun destroyed.
We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. Taking IFF designations from them was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley, blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology brought chaos to the world. I can't believe Erusea is responsible for Harley's assassination.
You
story like that, right, Trigger?
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Driveway wait. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others.
Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for our losses. They shouldn't be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
How'd you last, Longcaster? We've been briefed and we're here to help.
We've reached the rendezvous point. And there's the chopper, too.
We turn to in this darkest hour. We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusea News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait! Unknown's attacking the girl's plane!
Alma, hold on tight.
Longcaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusea fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp. Uh-huh. Right. I'm shooting them down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Warning. Careful being on
Shots are good. Wait, you don't think it was Osea's big shot, do you? I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes. On my target. Letting her in.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
9. No good. Shit.
Target was not struck.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
They're in my way.
I'm taking fire, but I can fly.
Nice kill.
Hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... the drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Illusion aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, aircraft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which is the suspect?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing. Enemy on your back.
Bitch.
Head this way.
Star warning.
No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Fox 2. 5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
4 bandits left.
Autonomous movement is fully functional. They're critical.
3 bandits to go.
It's not enough to be fully functional. There has to be a time when it should not function.
Strider 1, don't get fire.
Nickel.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got.
They're after the data, aren't they?
One bandit to go. Target was not struck.
Nickel.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
The Osean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Osean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders.
It should be a piece of cake. Were you sent by the General Staff? No, we'd like you to send... Missile! I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Osean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusea liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusea. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness." Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for Arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusea just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
do. It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusea forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. If what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Osean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Shit. These are Osean.
Unknown successfully identified.
We're under attack!
Gotcha, pal.
Our air support is here.
Target acquired. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
Destroy them. They're on the run.
We're waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. They need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area.
Missile.
Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
Missile.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Missile.
Thanks.
Missile.
It's absolute chaos out there.
Missile.
The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think we were part of the fight. With that, we're all lined up. We can't even run. No, we are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! Guess what happened here? I really don't want to think about it. Just got the paragraph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
Roger. Enemy has a lock on you.
Damn, the crew is faster. He's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. Did it. We're moving out. Leave the dead behind. We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Open the bay until operation feeding time.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from Allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
I count 12 dead bodies.
Move them away from the mass driver. Strider 1, target eliminated. An explosion inside! Do the countdown. Enemy's not stupid. Grab a supply ship. Do the countdown!
Get up a middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved with Delta.
There's still one Arsenal bird left. Even if it's a little bomb, then Erusea will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. It's Hayward's on board.
Get out there and do something!
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Our guys still got the enemy air support. What do we do now? Send in the tanks!
Allied retreat looks good. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
We're taking heavy damage. Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
We're in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. Supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Thanks. Good. Will we make it in time?
The landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. We leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence operation.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Visual.
Like an eagle. Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. Go for launch. Launch control. Full launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Machine gun range. The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now. All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Longcaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. Share it if you can help those refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
Legs and crawl. It's a really when you lose your hands.
destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete.
Missile.
Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
Use the smoke canister, and who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, bombs away.
Missile.
Good job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile. Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Why do we think that song? Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning your little countdown. Pressure stable, cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it.
Missile.
3 minutes to the enemy's air defense
Missile.
network.
I'm usually pretty good at playing tag with these
All
guys.
aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar.
Missile.
You're gonna have to forget about them for
Missile.
now. Focus on destroying that
Missile.
supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
If we're too close, we'll get caught up in the
The target's using cloud cover to hide itself. Don't worry, we know where it's headed.
Missile hit.
So they're trying to beat that giant monster.
2 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
We're still in this.
Seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them!
I was expecting this to be easy. All they could do was fly fast.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
60 seconds remain.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. Trigger, you're gonna lose it. Fly at full speed. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress.
Can't say I blame him.
Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul. based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Farbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusea, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Strider 1.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
Strider 1, bandits.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused. I know.
You said squad with 4 fighters.
AA gun confirmed destroyed.
We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military? The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslage, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
They're bombing us. We're unable to use the SAMs. Help me!
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate. We're coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Destroyed.
Yeah, I know.
Missile away.
Missile.
That's Shalaji Castle.
Missile. Missile.
They're here already. Missile. Scouts.
Missile.
Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier on the ground. Drop where you
car and cover your head if you hear jet engines.
Target locked.
AA gun confirmed destroyed.
Fire the Salmon 1! No, we gotta fire! The Salmon's out! We're running out of ways to strike back!
Strider 1, target eliminated. Bandit has a lock.
Enemy sighted.
Missile.
Monster.
Missile.
Shit! We still have plenty of missiles left, but the monster is toast! Please, somebody answer us! Damage report. We've lost more than half of our forces! The battle won't last much longer! Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the U.S. might carry on.
Their interceptors are in the air.
Alright.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Ship these invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shiraji airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the Ocean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to be talking so tough after losing one of your leaders at Fort Bonte. You bastard! You defile this country.
Missile.
As long as you're here, this country will never know peace.
Missile.
Shit! Roll's been hit. He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time.
As expected, but a lucky shot will be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky.
We can still help you.
Missile.
Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I'm not that person.
Missile.
Hostile Gene Squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on. Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Bring it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. We'll come. Might just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack. Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of your pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy. Hey look, it's like the sky's been sliced wide open. The experimental unit probably made themselves a new toy.
Missile.
Something to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you.
Missile.
Being together with me taught me something. Drone fighters don't belong in the world. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. And they're the force the Air Force should be fighting against.
Railgun is firing again. Bad news. Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take him down as quickly as possible.
Cooldown complete. System power at 50%.
acquired.
120%. Warning, manual targeting engaged. Positional prediction complete.
Carefully. The railgun has been fired.
Beyond the limits of machine assistance, I see. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot.
System power at 50%.
Railgun has been fired.
Enemy on your back.
Cooldown complete. System power at 50%. Warning, manual targeting engaged. Targeting correction in progress.
What do you think of this? Locked on.
Cooldown complete. System power at 50%.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Warning, braking control deactivated.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've found every last one of them.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
He's still flying, but his plane's been damaged. Finish him off, Trigger.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
You got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me? Pilot with the 3 strikes. This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusean army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the XO2 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusea had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. A solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory had been converted to a production line for Erusea drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkans? Because this guy was a Belkan, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkan, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now, they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusea? My grandfather had only one wish: to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusea after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder.
Yes?
I wonder which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Let's get the briefing started.
We've done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored general network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusea have joined forces, and will take down the final Arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air and the sea. Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you. Take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the Lighthouse. You can see the future.
Dumbass? Sounds familiar.
It certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island, the 444 Squad. It's a message to all those looking to end the war. But I also think it's a message for Trigger.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that Arsenal bird.
We need help! Don't let him damage more! Show them what the Erusian, no, what fighter pilots are made of! Thanks, I owe you. No sweat.
Get into formation. We up the numbers.
Well, if it isn't the LRSSG, looks like our luck has turned. LRSSG, you will secure air superiority. There are Erusian aircraft in the Coalition, so they have been ID'd as friendly via the data link.
Just confirmed it.
The Erusian government aircraft, including drones, will show up as hostiles. You two aces, I'm thinking it's time to show us what you've got.
We don't have two anymore. Guess nobody told them.
That's quite true, Count. It's not just two. Wiseman trained his squad well. Everyone's still in it as an ace. He'd be proud of you all.
To all of you who have gathered here, regardless of your country, this is headquarters of the Ocean Army Southern Command. Wait, you can forget that designation. We are a coalition formed exclusively for the sole purpose of taking down the Arsenal bird. Wait until we're ready to strike the Arsenal bird in unison.
Roger. What's he doing speaking on an open channel? The enemy can hear everything he's saying. There's no other choice. The Erusian aircraft are in the coalition as well.
This is Skull Squadron and Rifle Squadron of the Erusian Air Force. We're here on our own. Lancaster, we're entering your airspace.
This is Sun 2. The public of Boston are also moving to rendezvous. So the one squadron
crew.
Count, ease up. Engagement is forbidden.
Don't worry, I know. We need every bird we can call upon, even if they were flying with the guy that killed Wiseman. Some of their squadrons are in weird formations. They have manned aircraft with UAVs flying route. All this just to keep a war going.
Fire at will! Dodge! I'm on his rear. Watching for the back out there.
Missile hit!
Fox 2! Fox 2! It's a pretty sloppy, but there's a lot of them. Surrounded. Okay, commencing transmission. I'm speaking over both terrestrial broadcasting and video transmission networks. It's not important why... No, who we are. First, our goals. Destroy the space elevator. Second, we want power to the drone factory cut in order to put a stop to all the war and chaos that its products cause. And last, we want to bring an end to this pointless war that has given rise to a state of anarchy. Let me tell you what's going on right now. The land is overrun with refugees who have lost their homes. This is no isolated incident. In spite of that, the war continues to rage overhead.
Gods defend our nation. It doesn't matter if you're in the military or not.
Let me slide in on that tail.
Are the friendly Erusians rebels or what?
They're rebels, but I'm sure it's more complicated than that. Brush up on current events later. Focus on the enemy.
Copy that. Take a look. See that line continuing above the horizon? The cable goes up to the sky as far as the eye can see. Not many people know this, but the space elevator is the world's tallest transmission tower. In theory, its radio waves cover exactly half the globe. We've jacked up signal in order to reach out to you.
How many more do we need to take out?
Shoot them down one at a time. They'll run out eventually.
Come this far. Don't get killed.
They have found anti-radicals from friendlies. What am I supposed to do?
Strider 1, missile away.
It's pointless to try and control everything. Just send the west on the big picture.
These waves were sluggish when the leader went down. You're always on his push. Drones without leaders were slow as hell. The biggest of thunders lay road.
With the communications infrastructure down, this broadcast can only be transmitted to certain regions. If you can access the server, consider yourself lucky. You get to see a real-life princess. Hey, Cosette, say hello to everyone. Yes.
Stay over here. You're taking away all their guns.
Yes. Let's open up the exit. Everyone get the refugees into the underground tunnel. George, Tabloid?
All right, understood.
Refugees on our side? This is under in a long time. Again, 3 strikes? Never again.
Presume that the drones and manned vehicles can operate in unison.
It's not a war between nations anymore. It's a struggle between militias. It's costing us dead.
Our princess is looking at her mural. There's another one here too. It shows a whole bunch of space elevators. Skies unknown. Huh. Cosette, let's go. Yes!
Warning. Missiles launched from the Arsenal Bird. They're Helios projectiles. All aircraft, stay clear of the blast area. 10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
How many got caught in that explosion?
Broadcaster, we have more incoming.
Unknown. Proceed with caution.
Wilco.
I'm still flying.
We can't switch off the security system. We've got this. If what he said is true, this will give us at least 10 seconds. Cosette! Cosette! What the hell's wrong with you? Get back here!
arrived.
Don't fly too close together. My tail's been shot. I'm bailing out.
I said we were going to take down the space elevator, but it's not like we can just go out there and chop it down. At the top of the windbreak, 6 location markers have been set in place. They monitor distortions in the space elevator. Those are the locations we want to target. If the sensors go bad, the elevator's observation system will think the elevator has fallen. Until its safety can be confirmed, all microwaves will be stopped.
Oh, I get it. What a party.
I was going to do it myself. Dumbass.
Helios launched from the Arsenal bird. 5 seconds. 3, 2, impact now. That's all. Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to arrival. 2, inbound.
I'm going down! It's up to you now. Enemy sighted.
30 seconds remaining.
Locked on.
Missile inbound! Breaking! Breaking!
Hostile has a lock.
The monster bird is in our trap. We'll use a saturation attack. Wait for the signal.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
We're closing. Get out of there! Breaking from enemy!
Inform the coalition units. We're nearing 0 hour. 10 seconds until the united attack on the Arsenal bird.
Incoming!
5, 4.
Everybody, give this attack everything you've got.
Open fire!
All missiles were shot out of the sky.
Attack failed! Cruise missiles did not reach their target!
Damn monster!
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come.
That's something.
Hey, look at the Arsenal bird.
Lasers!
Missile surge and strike and marker sunk. We can't train it! Evacuate! Active target heavily damaged by laser weapons. Coordinates capturing aircraft control are melting. Signal blast! Deploy lifeboats!
HQ, we have a problem. The damage to the Allied fleet is extensive.
That was some pretty impressive firepower. I, for one, did not see that coming.
The active protection system operated as expected. We should launch another saturation attack. Air power. You'll slow the Arsenal bird.
Strider 1, missile inbound! Strider 1, hostile behind you!
Look at that light from the Arsenal bird.
Missile inbound, evade!
It's ready against APS. All aircraft, break off from the Arsenal bird.
That was close.
The enemy's got a lock.
I would have been a goner.
Strider 1, hostile has a lock.
That's not the control room. Go through the airlock and get on the maintenance elevator. Get to the top of the windbreak. Do you think you can put on that pressurized suit by yourself? You'll never get it on him.
I'm getting sick of that arrogant bastard. Seriously.
No good. The anti-control room is gone.
Headquarters, the opposite
Got a radar room and a CIC.
Nothing phases this thing. How are we supposed to hit it?
All aircraft. We can no longer commence with the second saturation attack. All aircraft, separately engage in direct attacks.
HQ, it won't be easy to take down the Arsenal bird with conventional weaponry. All the ace pilots in the world won't save us unless we have a plan.
Give us time. We'll see what we can do.
You're just thinking about it now? Cover any friendlies ahead. Missile inbound, evade!
isn't lit up. That's the location marker. Have it from there, right? Got it.
There's something we can do. Just evading like this will get us all killed.
Target acquired. UAV destroyed.
When's that shit gonna lose power?
Never. Elevators continuously supplying you with power.
Then what should we do?
Calm down. I'll do something.
What are you gonna do? What's that? Smash it. Smash all 6 of the bastards. It'll lose power.
Damn shield. Just go away. Be gone. Disappear.
Gone cuckoo count?
Away with you.
Huh. Just what kind of magic did you work there, you asshole?
It wasn't magic. It's a scam. Now's our chance. Do it, Trigger.
The lights. It's switched to the backup power supply. That means the main supply's been cut off.
The observation center. UAVs are dropping altitude fast. Wait, they're down.
Safety mechanism shut off. Now we're transmission.
The drones are acting crazy. Are you seeing this? The drones are falling one after another. They've completely lost control.
You're too far out.
Sub-propellant confirmed destroyed.
Ground force efforts will be for nothing. We have to take down the target by any means.
Main propeller 1 confirmed stall. Good work, Trigger. Keep up the attack. Both main propellers have been stalled.
Strider 1, only one remaining guy.
Strider 1 has destroyed a sub-propeller.
You can do it. There's no way it isn't damaged. Trigger got a sub-propeller. You're getting the hang of this, Trigger. The main propeller is moving again. Just how hard is that thing?
Boils down to destroying the lieutenant's base.
Say what?
If we destroy the target modules, the platform may go through the Strider 1. How do we put lieutenant base vulnerable? Light it on fire and we can cut that bird hole. Theoretically, that may prove impossible even for an experienced pilot. That would be a problem, but...
Yeah, but our guy's more than just an experienced pilot. Trigger, let's do this.
Is he really that good of a pilot? I'd bet on it. Besides, if he thought it was impossible, he wouldn't have said anything.
Watch out! The drones are falling!
We're targeting the Arsenal bird.
Refugees. Everyone calm down. You want to get yourself killed? George! Tabloid! Get back here! I can't leave that girl to die. Fine, fine! Get her, but be quick about it! Is everything okay? The drones are acting odd. Run!
Lancaster! Oh my god! The Arsenal bird is on fire!
Trigger, break off. Arsenal bird is losing altitude rapidly.
Arsenal bird is down!
Lancaster, can you estimate the point of impact?
Oh yeah, I'm trying
Don't worry, looks like it'll be open water. All aircraft, avoid their target's path.
That's the last of the rooms. Even in death, that thing is intimidating.
Everyone, can you see this? These people here were alive up until a few moments ago. My friend was here. Can you see this? This is just one of the many sides of war and what it does.
All Erusian soldiers around the space elevator. Surrender now. We will not attack. We can hold them off until support arrives. Our units surrender. You guys better not throw away your lives here.
Wait there, Princess. We'll get you down. Don't worry about me. Please just take care of the refugees. I'll parachute down. What?
Warning, incoming bogey.
Are those the drones we saw at that factory? I'm coming down. I'll see you on the ground. No, wait!
Enemy on my 6! Those guys are bad news. Trigger, boss, do something!
Strider 2, missile inbound! Cosette! What?
This isn't the time for that!
Cosette!
Avril, they're headed this way. Get the refugees to safety now.
Strider 2, you're hit. Are you alright?
Still breathing. I won't be flying much longer, though.
There's an Osea carrier a few kilometers to the west. It ran aground and was abandoned. It won't be easy, but it's the only place you got.
Trigger, escort your wingman. Let's get to that carrier. That's all we can do.
I can't just snap my fingers and make a plane. Believe me, I wish I could. Right now, we needed one. Bad. When we were coming over on the boat, I remember seeing an aircraft carrier. That gave me an idea. The Admiral Anderson. The name of an old sailor. When the first drone started attacking, the ship wasn't ready for battle yet. It was still in the dock, getting all rigged up. So they rushed to get her ready. I know about Anderson. In the previous Osean War, he was the commander of a ship that sent out the last fleet of jets. They say the deck was sloping so bad as it sank, the last plane barely made it off. Those fighters ended the war. That story gives me a little bit of hope, especially at a time like this. We're all in the same boat, like it or not. If this war keeps going on like it is, it'll be the end of everything. The military loaded this thing to the rafters with planes. Some were fighters that were going to be delivered to bases in occupied territory. It was hit before it could complete the mission. Jackpot. The hangars were loaded with goodies. This scrap queen's got work to do.
Trigger, everyone, listen up. The operation was a success. Erusian defense forces have been neutralized, and all Arsenal birds are down. However, those 2 new drones buzzing around have royally screwed up our plans. The Osean and Erusian coalition's air forces are in a sorry state thanks to them. We might not even have any viable aircraft left. According to the Scrap Queen, the drones are trying to use the space elevator's transmission capabilities. to send their data to drone manufacturing plants across the continent. They're trying to strengthen their numbers. What's worse, their data contains a depth of war experience, so the newer aircraft will be more tactically advanced. If that's the case, this war will never end. We need to take both drones down no matter what it takes. We'll do it so we have homes to go back to. Well, the Scrap Queen's on our side. She says she can make any aircraft fly. This is our final mission. Trigger, let's go. We've got a goddamn war to end.
Can I use this? Hey, can you hear me? That craft is in peak condition. I even buffed up the canopy for a nice shine, so you can really see the sky. Take care, Trigger. When you get back, let me know what you saw.
Let me see that. Trigger, wish I could have flown with you. Being a plane and an injured pilot would only slow you down. I feel for him now.
Take care. Whatever happens, stand here. The outcome's mostly up to him. Oh, this is the guy? Oh, yeah. He's the one who took off just now.
We've got quite a few Erusians with us.
Lucians are sticking around, too. I don't care what country anyone's from. What counts is knowing who the real enemy is. Right, guys?
Affirmative. I think everybody here knows the score. We all know who to follow. Commence mission. All aircraft follow Trigger.
Roger that. Understood.
All right.
The space elevator is able to broadcast and communicate. The information infrastructure down, it's the only place capable of wide-area data transmission. Drones are waiting for it to power up again.
Clever little bastards.
Goal leader to Longcast. UAV is confirmed in direction of travel. Engines abandoned.
All aircraft converge on Skull Squadron. Surround and shoot them down.
Strider 3, copy. Let's do it, Hushin.
Wilco.
UAV reacting. Damn, they're fast. All aircraft stay sharp. Intercept now.
Go 2, get out of there! I'm hit!
Salamander 3, Skull 2, lost. Damn it, that was quick.
I've never seen anyone fly this fast.
Friendly lost. Another confirmed down.
Trigger scored a hit. We can do it. Aim well and shoot him down.
Good. The enemy is still flying normally, though. Keep pushing. Damage has to be adding up.
Another hit. It's the only one guy got anywhere out here.
The UAVs are equipped with laser weaponry. Watch where their nose is pointing.
Just like Levi. They're complete copies of Levi. We're some serious emotions. Seymour, we'll separate unit and unit.
Attention all aircraft. Launch detected from UAV. They're small drones.
These guys have quite the bag of tricks.
Behind the enemy.
All aircraft, watch your six. Stay sharp. You don't want to bump on him.
Missile, don't let it touch you!
Both drones are in attack position. Break. Right now.
Damn it! You're kidding me! They're shooting down missiles with their lasers! How are we supposed to bring it down?
Friendly lost. The Salamander, Michael 3 has been shot down. Lost another one.
Strider 1, enemy has a lock!
Strider 1, target acquired.
Wiseman was talking about? Still flying. We just can't keep this up forever. Finish it off, Trigger.
I need to get away.
One target left. We can do this. Hold on a sec. Is it just me, or is that thing trying to read Trigger's reactions?
It's observing Strider 1. It's like it's trying to learn from him.
Stepping up a notch.
Lock on.
Down. Radar signal is lost.
Our stopping. Showing us how it's done.
That was definitely the most intense thing I've ever been in. Can't wait to tell my son about it.
The space elevator is just powered up. Looks like we made it in just the nick of time. Fortunately, you've prevented data that may have included Trigger's flying style from leaking. I've got a special bottle of wine for occasions like this. What do you say we open it?
Can you hear me? There's still one drone left.
Who the hell is that? More importantly, I thought Trigger destroyed all the drones.
It's thrown away its wings, yet it's still flying. Can anyone hear me? That aircraft needs to be taken care of.
She's right. I see something on the radar. The UAV is alive and kicking.
The UAV went into the undersea tunnel. That tunnel leads to the space elevator.
Trigger, you're gonna have to fly into the tunnel after the UAV.
Where's the escape vector?
There's enough space for him to turn beneath the elevator.
That's a suicide mission.
Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Caution.
Don't worry. I learned something from my last squadron. Stick with Trigger, you'll make it.
Count, give me your status.
Alive.
Excellent, so you're both okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What makes you think that?
No time to explain. The radio will cut out soon. It'll take a short time for the drone to send over the data.
There it is. UAV spotted. We finally found it. There was some static when the gate closed. Do you think the UAV is operating the gates? Well, there goes our only way out. I thought we were gonna pull this off after making it through that maze. Don't worry. I'll think of something. I'll find us a way out. No sign of the drone. Did it take another path? Doesn't matter. We know where it's going. We can catch it. Throw on your tail! Damn it! It got me. I'm hit. Shit. My wings seem fine, but I'm losing thrust. Is it my engine? Definitely feels like it's my engine. I'm fine. I can still fly. I'm not getting much thrust, but I'll be okay. Uh-oh, that's quite the problem. It appears I can't get any more thrust. Drone is turning. It'll send its payload. Shoot it down, Trigger. there's no ceiling all the way up. Not sure if my bird can handle it, though. Fly! I know you can make it! I'll attempt a belly landing. Get out of here! Everyone's waiting for you! Until I have less fuel, but I have no choice. Attempting to land. I don't think my plane will make it. Anyway, here goes. Come on, baby, stay with me just a bit more.
Can you hear me? We're all waiting. A world of darkness needs a light to shine. We're waiting.
Look, it's Trigger. Strider 1 has returned to radar.
I did it! That's our Trigger!
He's a damn hero!
No doubt, you're better than me.
Where's Strider 2? Damn it. Does anyone have eyes on Count?
Wish y'all could have seen that.
You damn fool. What's your position?
Watching Trigger climb. I guess it's my fate to watch from down below.
Yeah, well, we're all in the same boat there.
Yeah, well, I guess we are.
We're sending help. Give us your coordinates.
Directly under the space elevator. Elevation is minus 500 meters.
Minus? Hey, Trigger. You dumbass. Tell me something. What color's the sky up there?
We're on our way back from our 7-year mission to the asteroid belt. I can't tell you how proud I am to be the first to land at
Wait,
this
what was that
spaceport.
transmission?
This is Captain Kay Nagase of the spaceship Pilgrim 1. The ocean of stars in our galaxy is finally within our reach. To the pilot who generously gave this spaceship a place to dock, we are forever grateful. The universe lies ahead of us, waiting to be discovered. And now, at last, we have a gateway to ascend to it, over and over again.
It's all coming together for me. Today was the day, the moment of her return.
I salute the pilot who gave us all a future.
To skies unknown, the path to mankind's vast future remains standing, Granddad. The refugees built a settlement for themselves at the base of the space elevator. A humanitarian mission from Yuktovania airdropped some supplies for them again today. Thanks to the princess, the whole world was pitching in to help these people. Handing out the relief supplies would have been a perfect gig for that anarchist dude. But since he's dead now, the job went to the guy from Belka, George. I guess Tabloid got that new system he wanted in the end. Mihai's granddaughters are helping out too. Mihai. That cranky old geezer's here with us too.
I never wanted to create anything, and now here I am, clinging to life. Watching as my grandchildren and their generation make a new future for themselves and the world. Is this my punishment then? All I do is lie here, wasting away. I'll never know the freedom of flying the open skies ever again. I've been grounded, and my wings have been clipped.
You know what having peace in the world means? It's being able to die in your own bed at a ripe old age. peace is what those girls are working so hard for here. We got a bunch more refugees today. And the princess? She's looking to the stars. Dark blue. To the heavens and beyond.
Can you hear me?
Tu te souviens de nos fleurs préférées qui chantaient tout près de nous, du jour de ta déclaration d'amour, les mains pleines de pensées, plus même dans ton dos pleura et plus tu as pleuré.